And let me hit record. Got it. Okay. Hang on 1 second while that's going live. And all right. So now I'm going to grab record real quick. Okay. So let's jump. Love to cover today is the 7-day happy post. Just because I feel like it's a good time to dust it off, hearing from folks. I don't know what to post. I feel a little struggling with it. So I think we do a little deep dive on that. Let me just check and feel free to ask any questions whatsoever. You can always ask me anything. Ask me any questions. You feel free to ask them in the chat. Also, we can always take volunteers. So if anyone wants to volunteer of, hey, I need a little help, I need a little feedback, I'd like to collaborate, I'm kind of simmering on this idea. Bobby's asking, can you talk a little bit about what you say when people want us to compare? Sure, I'll talk about that some. 20% only matters, you know how much it actually costs. Ooh, that is such gold, Bobby. Yeah. So what we were talking about is how sometimes when we do a 20% off special, it might be better to position it as $40 off for Happy Juice for a new person. Never call people who don't know you need to call. I have someone saying you don't have to sell anything. They just help people save on what they're already buying. Yes. Oh, that must be a Melaleuca person, because that sounds like what Melaleuca people say. I'm just going to go ahead and say it out on YouTube and everything. I'm going to go ahead and say it. So everyone is selling. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, learning to celebrate that I'm in direct sales, not be defensive. Yeah. Yes, Deborah Lee. Yeah, I am not defensive about it. You know what? Someone told me one time, I heard this. Look, I was on the Direct Selling Association committee board for years, which kind of advocates and protects what we do as business and, advocates for us as legal distribution. What we do as business is written up in Education Foundation to help do that. I was also on the Direct Selling Ethics Committee. And are there companies that do things inappropriately? 100%. Yes, there are. 100%. Yes, there are. But are there restaurants that I don't like to eat at? Yeah, 100% there are. There are restaurants that I don't like to eat at. So as long as you are equipped to be able to feel confident that what you're doing is leading with love, is fair, is providing a good value, a good service for the customers, is not tricky for people, then I'm not ashamed that I'm in direct selling, that I'm in network marketing. At the same time, though, usually lead with the word affiliate, because I find that the marketplace today, I get less resistance when I talk about affiliate marketing. And because we create an environment for that, that works really well. So Bobby says she will always be willing for a critique. Let me see. Why is that what, Bobby? Why is what?
Why is the word affiliate better, and how is it different?
Because the word affiliate has been made common by Amazon. Amazon has affiliates, and they've had affiliates for maybe 10 years. And affiliates are people that just like anybody can be an affiliate on Amazon. You can go be an affiliate on Amazon. And if you like this yarn, then you can refer people to this yarn and you'll earn like a penny off of it or something. Amazon's been doing that for years. eBay does it. Etsy does it. So many different online retailers. My good friend Whitney Rose, she has brand ambassadors, which are affiliates, and they call it affiliates. So it's just become a more common term for referral marketing. When you refer someone to something and you get paid something off of it, it's called an affiliate link usually these days. And so that's why. And because of our guidelines and our rules, we really do fit in that. Some companies try to say they're that, but they're not, because they require that you build a team, and you can't promote unless you build a team, and you can't be an affiliate anywhere else. But truly, just like Amazon doesn't care if you're an affiliate with eBay. And they don't care if you're an affiliate with Etsy. Like, you can be an affiliate at 100 different places if you want to. They don't care. And that's how we are. So that's really cool as well. So let's jump into, before we do any deep dives, let's take a look at the I'm going to share my screen here in just a second. Let's take a look at the 7-day launch post for Happy Juice. Now, this came from when we first launched Happy Juice. So I tried to improve it a little bit. You guys know that I talk a lot with you about content and adding value, and I believe in all of those things, which is why I do not believe in posting photos of products or posting photos of sales in your feed. Those things belong in your stories with a video from you. That's where those belong. But and in this case, this stays in line with that. But let me just pull it up and show you. I have a bajillion things open at the same time. I think I might be on my third Happy Juice of the day, and I've just been like running. Hang on, hold on a second here. Okay. And I'm going to drop the link for you in the chat so that you guys have it. So this is a daily posting idea. Now, Teresa, how do you feel about something like this, a 7-day Happy Juice post? Let me know. My other two posting ideas are the June calendar that Lindsay puts out, and if Zoom won't let me add it here, but we can get it to you. If you want to message me in Facebook, I'll get it to you. My other idea is to go to Amari Learning Experience, and in Amari Learning Experience, there's a 30-day prompts link where you've got 30 days of stories to share. And Cassie does a great job in a 14-minute video helping you figure out what that looks like. So that's Amari Learning Experience. And then I'm just going to search 30-day prompts. Okay. Oh, really? Okay. I'll do that. All right. 30 day, share your journey. Boom. There it is. There you go. Have you done that before, Teresa? The 30-day prompts? I love that. You have done that before. Okay. Do it again. I mean, no one knows what you've posted as much as you know what you've posted. Go back and look at some things that you've posted before that did really well, and just do them again with maybe a different photo. I'm going to give you guys a hack here that Amanda Cooper uses. So a lot of times in Amanda Cooper's, she's one of the presidential diamonds on our team and has a big growing team. So a lot of times she has learned in her 10 years of building network marketing businesses, which is one of the reasons that she was able to advance in rank so quickly here, because of the relationships she built and the experience she gathered. So her tip for you would be, use the hashtag of like the day. So for example, hashtag June 14th. The reason she does that is because what we talk about in our post and what we're wearing is somewhat seasonal. Like what I'm wearing in December and talking about in December is not what I'm talking about in June, right? So that hashtag of the day of something that you post can be at the very, very bottom. It's a code for you and for you alone. Nobody else knows what that means and why you would be doing that. But where it works for you is, so a year from now, you can search hashtag June and start pulling up, or just do hashtag June. If you don't do a whole lot of daily posts, just do hashtag June. And then you can search hashtag June and pull up all of your June posts. And then you can recreate them quickly. That is how folks like Amanda and several other folks on the team who you see creating an abundance of content, and you think, where are they writing all this? How are they coming up with this? A lot of this is repurposed. And same for me. Some of the content I'm creating is not something I just thought of today. It's something I said last year, or something that I said, around this time last year, and I changed the picture. I might change the wording a little bit, but especially if it was a good post, if you have a good post that you got a lot of likes and loves on, go back, use it again, change it up a little bit, but use the same concept again. That's a great way to pull yourself out of a slump without having to be creative. So try that. Crazy smart, right? That is what a lot of the content producers do. So now you are in the know. Now you're in the know. So let's take a look at the 7-day Happy Juice post. This first one is an engagement post to get, well, let me stop and say this. I have had this morning a lot of people reach out to me because when there's a special, they want to know, what can I post today that can get me people interested in buying? And my answer was, you should have been asking yourself that question like at the beginning of the month, not today, because I cannot control how many people are going to see what you post, and neither can you. And the likelihood of enough people seeing it that one would buy it, I can't control that. That's why we post consistently, so that we have people that are watching and leaning in, so that when we do want to talk about something special happening, we've already got what they call a funnel. We've already got a group of people that are watching, but not yet moving through the sales process. So, however, if I had to say what is one winning post to do today for your folks, for maybe some of your people, or for you, and you can see Sarah B and me both did this recently, is, because you can do it a million times, is to do a shout out thank you to whoever referred you to the product. So if it's been a while since you've done that, and a while, I mean like more than a month. If it's been more than a month since you did something like that, then go do that. And I wrote some up today for Bailey on our team. She's got some people that are, and I had her start with, in the script that I wrote up for them to post, I write the post for them, because I find that if I say to them, would you be willing to post for me? It's crickets, because they're not willing, because they're scared to post anything. They just like to consume. They don't like to create. Many people like to consume, but not to create, because that's how we are when we're not comfortable. And this is uncomfortable. Now we're willing to be uncomfortable because we've got a big goal and a big reason why we're doing what we're doing, but they don't. So, so it's easier to consume than create. So I say to them instead, hey, let me write the post for you. But usually I already know from them, because I've already asked them how they're liking Happy Juice, and are they feeling better, and what are they noticing? So I already know from them what they're noticing different. And so I include that in the post. So the ones I did with Bailey today, I used just a headline of, I felt like I couldn't get out of bed. That's the headline. I couldn't get out of bed. The headline's got to be something that people can relate to, not the good. It's got to be the bad that they can relate to. Like, I was angry all the time. Or I was losing friends. That would get somebody's attention to look at, like, why is she saying she's losing friends? I was falling asleep at work. I was taking a nap every day. I was, stuck in this funk and I couldn't get out of it. I was, something like that is a headline of, what's the problem? Think of the problem that they've got, the problem you used to have before you started feeling better. What's that problem? And do a I am statement in their post. I was this, I am that. And then hit enter, so that you've got a little white space, so that all the words don't jumble up together for the eye. And then say something like, I tried everything and I was skeptical that anything else would work. But thank you to my friend so-and-so. She cared enough about me to tell me about this delicious drink, and to make sure that I drank it. And then, wow, I have more energy. I've got sharper focus, whatever the things are, they told you that they're feeling better. And that's it. They don't sell. They don't list the ingredients. They don't list the word Amari. They don't even say the word Happy Juice. They don't put their link on it. When the comments start rolling in, they don't comment back with a link. They don't call it Happy Juice. They just say to the person, hey, that's great. I'll get you the information. And then they come back to you in a three-way chat with the person. Like they add the person in a three-way chat. They've already introduced you. They don't have to do a big introduction of you. It's not a phone conversation. They already introduced you in the post that the person responded to. So all they need to do is say, hey, Susie, this is my friend Bobby. She helped me with that drink stuff that I loved. She can answer your questions. And then you run with it and they sort of get to watch and learn in what you're asking questions about and doing. So that's if somebody has one day to do something and try to get results from it, that's my go-to post, is a thank you shout out post, because it feels like, people always refer things they like. So it feels, it doesn't feel like salesy because you're thanking someone for telling you about something and it helps solve your problem. So that's my go-to. But beyond that, this color block post strategy helps to amp up your algorithm. And it doesn't matter what people's answers are. What matters is that they are, that they're answering. At this time of year, you could even ask something like, what are your summer vacation plans? Ask that question of your audience and see what people are talking about. You may find some people don't have a budget for one, or you may find some people are coming to an area that you're going to be at, or you may learn something interesting about people. It's just for engagement. You're not necessarily trying to sell anything to them by that post, that color block post. This gives you how to respond based on what they say, what kind of private message to send to them. It gives you everything step by step that you need. Then if someone asks you, what is Happy Juice, or what is it that you're drinking, this gives you the information about that. It does not have any special codes in it. It's a generic one. It just has the save $10 off. Then do a curiosity post. So it gives you an example of what curiosity post could look like, what a thank you post could look like, a written post that's a little bit more of your story that leads to a call to action. So it even teaches you, here's the hook to create a scroll stopping sentence, the body, the call to action that you want from people. Then do a live video to amp up your algorithm again as well. A family, all about you and your family post, and then the happy quiz post. I'm sure you guys have all heard this, but the great thing about Happy Quiz right now is if somebody takes the Happy Quiz, you get notified with their phone number and their email, and they are automatically added to your Amari Builder contacts. So you can go to your contacts right from Amari Builder and share stuff with them, or send them things, or ask them, what did they think about the quiz, and so forth. So any questions about this, the 7 days post? And I'll jump out of it if you guys feel that you've got that. By the way, this goes on to give you scripts to just reach out directly to people, for people that you have in mind. Can I post it? I thought I did. I'll grab it here and share it. It's up there the last time. Let me copy it and share it again. Here, hold on a second. So this is the link. This is the link to this. Hold on, let me try and find it. Yeah, there it is. It's a Google Drive. Here it is. Here's the link to the Google Drive of the 7-day Happy Juice post and scripts. Why will it not let me post it? Okay. Okay. Weird. Okay, so you guys feel good about this? So we will move on. I'd love to dig into, let's just spend some time talking about, it sounds like the catchy statements might be something that would really help. Why don't you guys, I mean, why don't you throw out like a scenario of you want to say this, but you don't know how to make it catchy? Because I'm probably a spin master. After 25 years in corporate America, I had to sell a lot of things. So maybe I can help with that. I'd love to help with catchy statements. Jeannie says, I feel like I missed 3 days, stopped my reach cold. Yeah, you know, I just don't ever feel like it's too late to follow up with people. And you guys know I'm a birthday person. I love to look at who's got birthdays coming up that are on my prospect list in my Facebook group. And then I reach out to them and wish them happy birthday early and check in with how they're doing. Not only is that genuinely me loving on them, but it's also boosting the algorithm between me and them. Because if I ask them, what are you doing to celebrate your birthday? And they answer me, then Facebook starts showing more of my content to them. So it's never too late to reach out. Remember, it used to be that it took 7 connections, 7 touch points, 7 impressions for someone to make a buying decision. And this is normal in advertising and marketing. This is not just network marketing speak. This is Coca-Cola, this is Disney, this is all companies. It takes like 7 impressions. But they're saying today, with all the different social media apps and all the different ways people are being bombarded with advertisements, even when they don't realize it's an advertisement, that it's more like 20 or 30 impressions before someone makes a buying decision. The problem is that we usually give up somewhere short of that. When it used to take 7, we usually gave up at 5. If we would have just continued, we would have gotten it. So let me tell you a quick story here about a new person that enrolled that I think you guys will find very interesting. She's the one that I was telling you earlier, didn't really believe us, that she was afraid she'd miss out on something because of just joining with the affiliate link and Happy Juice, or the starter pack that she chose versus the big pack. She thought some clock was starting or some commissions were starting and she would miss out on it, and she doesn't. But here is how we have her here today. So recently, in some of my video posts that I was doing and content that I was doing, I was sharing about Happy Juice in my stories. And in my stories, I asked, do you want to know more about Happy Juice? You know, yes or no? And she clicked yes. Well, I didn't know how I knew her. She had liked some of my other posts that I had done before. Like, you know, you see me show up. You guys see my post. I'm talking about mental health, or I'm talking about dogs, or, you know, whatever. But I'm trying to create content that adds value for folks on the different areas that are important to me. So I recognized her name as somebody that's liked some things before, but I didn't really know her. And when she clicked yes, by the way, I didn't see it because I'm not attached to social media 24/7. And I went back to my archive, which is the hack I've taught you guys, to go back at archives and look at who watched something. And I noticed that she had said that. So I went back and said, hey, I see that you're interested in Happy Juice. What question can I answer for you? What interests you? And she asked me something basic about it. And I said, you know, I'd really love for us to get on a phone call. Can we have a phone conversation? The faster I can get somebody from messaging to a phone conversation, I know I will get a sale, because I know I'm a good question asker, I'm a good listener, and I'm a good recommendation person. Lindsay Elmore can't do that. She's great on the phone, but my point is, when you've got the volume of people responding to her like she does, she cannot get on the phone with each person and help answer their questions. So when you see influencers doing this differently, you got to stay in your lane. You got to know who you are, who your audience is, and what you're good at, and not try to be like everybody else. Because if you try to be like everybody else, it's going to be harder for you. Be yourself. And so we had a phone call scheduled. She had to cancel. So I'm like, but then we rescheduled quickly. Like, as soon as she said, I've got to cancel, I don't say, oh, okay. Like, why would I do that? I mean, who cares about my business more than I care about my business? So if somebody says I have to cancel, I handle it the same way as I would in my corporate job as a responsible leading adult. I say, okay, that's not a problem. What about tomorrow at 2:00? You know, I recommend another time for them right away. I'm always moving them down the path to the next time. I'm not passively like, oh, I'll wait till they fall out of the sky or knock on my door or choose to, call me up randomly. I take control of the conversation. What about tomorrow at 2:00? So we did. We had a conversation, talked for a while, found out from her. I asked her, I'm not really sure how we know each other. How do we know each other? She said to me, we know each other because I met you through so-and-so, which is someone on our team. And this person on our team is probably, I want to say maybe 8 or 9 levels away from me. But a year and a half ago, this person had me and her upline enroller and this prospect on a call to talk about Amari because the lady was interested. But the lady was going through a divorce and she had lost her job and she needed money. And look, we provide a way for people to get money. There's no question about that. I believe in that. But when you're in the kind of stress that you don't know where your rent's going to come from or your car payment's going to come from, you need to get a job. You need to find a job that's going to pay you money for showing up. And then you can work on this on the side until this makes more than what the job does. But it is too much pressure for someone that doesn't have a large following or a large experience and network to just go from 0 to I'm going to just build with Amari and make money to pay all my bills. It puts too much mental pressure on you. And this is all about mindset. So I said to her then, hey, we are here for you. We'd love for you to try our products. We'd be happy for you to create an extra stream of income. But it sounds like to me what you're looking for is a job, something that you can count on getting a paycheck every week and that you know exactly what that paycheck's going to be every week. And this may not be that for you. So she appreciated my integrity and my honesty, that I didn't try to like schmooze her into something else. And she stayed in touch with me on Facebook. She followed me as well as the other people. Well, the person that introduced her to me, for a lot of different family reasons, she lost a member of her family. She went through some other crisis going on. That took a lot of time out of her. She was away from Facebook. She stopped posting, she stopped creating content, but I was still creating content and I was still sharing and posting. So this girl just continued to watch while she worked her job and she continued to watch. And then she finally reached out. So my point to you guys is you don't know who's watching you, and you don't know for how long they've been watching you. And when the thing that you say is the thing that they needed to hear that day. And that's why we keep showing up, because we just don't know. Had this, and here's another great lesson in this about the three-way chat. This is why connecting a prospect with someone in your group, like in your enrollment support tree, is important, because had that not happened, this girl was only connected with the one girl. The prospect was only connected with the one girl. And when that one girl had a family crisis and dropped out of doing anything, this girl might not have ever heard about Amari or may have signed up in somebody else's team. And I see that a lot. I see that all the time. And when I ask the prospect, because somebody complains to me about somebody stole my person, and so I ask the prospect, hey, why did you choose to sign up over here? They're like, I didn't know so-and-so was still doing anything. They're not showing up. I don't see any posts from them. I don't ever see them talking about anything with Amari. Meanwhile, we're over here thinking, oh, I said the same thing over and over again, or I don't really know what to say, or I already said that. And the people that are winning at this are saying the same thing over and over and over again and not worried about it. So I just want to encourage you guys from those two stories to learn, you don't ever know who's watching you and who's going to join and who's going to start. The other part I'm going to say about that real quickly, before we take a look at some content is that I am always asking for referrals. And the two best times to ask for a referral is when someone is signing up, and we miss that time almost always. When someone is signing up, you ask them for a referral. And when they've had a good experience with the product, you ask them for a referral. Now, usually we catch the second one because they had a good experience. So that's easy. But usually when they're signing up, we're too much in our head about worried that they're not going to sign up, that we're stressed over that we're not thinking about who else do they know. So as soon as I send the person the shopping cart, which I only send a shopping cart when I know they said, yes, I want to buy, send me a cart. Like for those of you out there that are like, I send carts and then the person never checks out. Well, that's because somewhere in the communication line, it wasn't a decision that they had made, that they were ready to buy. Can I create a cart for you to make it easier? And then I send them the cart because I know they're going to buy. Now, even with that, sometimes they don't finish the cart because they get distracted by a kid crying or phone ringing or, driving down the road or whatever. So I still follow up with them of, hey, I want to make sure you don't miss the special. I want to make sure you know about this. Did this link come through okay? That kind of question. But when I send them the cart, I say to them, hey, by the way, you may know other people that are struggling with the same blank, whatever it was they told me they were struggling with, postpartum depression, migraines, menopause, whatever they told me they were struggling with. You may know someone that's struggling with the same blank, whatever they told me they were struggling with, and that could really benefit from this. And, it's more fun to do something together with someone, like a buddy system. So they can get the same great special that you got, and I'll be happy to help them. You don't have to answer any questions for them. I will answer the questions for them. But if you can think of someone that's like that, I hate for them to miss out on this deal, and they can go on this journey with you and they can get a money back refund as well. So will you connect me with them? And then, most of the time they're like, yeah, I will. The secret to asking for referrals is when you tell the person who they're looking for. It's kind of like if I said to you, hey, next time you see a bike going down the road, reach out to me. Well, you could sit outside for hours and not see a bike going down the road. But if I said to you, next time you see a motorcycle going down the road, reach out to me. If I tell you what to look for, you're going to be more likely to see it. And that's the whole science around the reticular activating system and all that kind of stuff. So when you're asking for a referral, tell the person what to look for. Hey, which is someone like them, but tell them that. Hey, do you know anybody that's like you that's struggling with postpartum depression, or that's struggling with migraines, or struggling to get out of bed, or just kind of lost their mojo? Do you know anybody like that? If you do, please connect them to me. I will help them. I'll help them get the best deal like you've gotten. I'll answer their questions. They'll save $10. You'll get a free product credit. Especially for new people. So let me take a look here at some of the things we've got here. Let's see. A large block is on the screen. What happens with that, Raquel, is when I'm pulling up messages, if I'm trying to read messages and I'm sharing screen at the same time, it causes a block to go over the screen. So just let me know, and then I'll try to not read messages or move them. Catchy prompts. I feel like post pics, and then I'm like, hi, look at my happy juice, or did you know these supplements? I feel like I have a lot of stories to tell, but I don't know what they are. Bobby, have you just done like that PDLF document, the Andrea Clark PDLF, pain, desire, language, and fear document? If not, I'm going to send it to you, and I'm going to send you her recording, and I want you to do that and send it back to me. And then I'm going to give you, I'll give you at least 5 catchy phrases from it, as long as you have enough content there. But let's do that. I'll send it to you. I feel like I'm just maybe not believable. Juanita says, I'm posting all the time. I've had quite a few inquiries, but I literally assign one person a month. Not sure make my stuff more believable. Juanita, let's take a look at yours. 2 options, ask which one is best. That's a great strategy, Bobby, is when you are offering a close to someone, you give them 2 options and ask which one's best for them. That's great, like an either or choice. That's a great children's behavioral technique too, isn't it? Bobby, that's a great post for you to talk about. I mean, do you know how many parents, I'm pretty sure I was the parent of grown children before I realized that that's a way to handle things with kids, is that instead of asking them an open-ended question, you ask them, do you want an apple or do you want an orange? I mean, you would be like dropping gold for people out there to go out and share tips like that, to talk about, hey, want to know how to get a better response from your kid? Ask them multiple choice questions with 2 choices, not open-ended questions, whatever. I'm making that up because I really don't know that, but I led to learn it the hard way. My ideal client is women on their healing journey from trauma, motherhood, and life. I desire to empower them, stop autopilot and purpose again. Sometimes I feel like I struggle with catchy wording on that topic. Again, Yesley, have you done the pain, desire, language, fears map? Have you done that map? You have. Will you send it to me? Send me a screenshot of it, like by messenger, and sometime this week. I can't say that I'm gonna do it today or tomorrow because of the calendar, but sometime this week I will, I'll take a look at it and I'm gonna give you some phrases off of it. The phrase is in the pain. That's where the phrase is. It's not in the solution. The phrase is in the pain, because the person that you're talking to is stuck in the pain. And what it feels like to be in the pain is where they're stuck. So that's where your phrase is. Okay, Janie, I need to do this. Okay, Juanita, let's take a look at yours. Hang on 1 second. Let's see if we can do this. Juanita. Awesome. Okay, got it. All right, great. Okay. All right, sorry, I've got too many things open here. Let me try and close some things out. Okay, so Juanita Olson. All right, oh, let me go ahead and confirm Juanita. There we go. So, so your question, so you were looking for some things on, some suggestions on what to do. This is a group exercise, guys, by the way. So y'all jump in and say whatever you want to say, whatever encouragement you can give to Juanita. I know she'd love to hear it. I love your profile pic, Juanita. It's fun, friendly. I feel like I know you. I feel like you're like my friend next door. I love your profile pic. I love your banner pick too. It doesn't matter as much. But I love it. I love it that, it looks like you're traveling, like maybe flying, and maybe at some point in time, there's a quote or something that you would add to it. But that's not critical. What's mainly matters is your profile pic. So that's great. It looks like you want an about statement. You want to put an about statement in, and that is a I help statement. So let me go back and look at what you're saying in the chat. Again, I'm sorry, guys, when I pull up the chat, it blacks out the screen. So that's as big as my computer is. So I'm trying to do what I can with it. Okay, so she says, I'm not believable on posts all the time. Wanda, tell us a little bit more about your ideal client. Who is your target market? Who's the person that you're helping? What problems do they have?
Did you want me to post or talk?
No, go ahead and tell me. Yeah, just go ahead and tell me. Who's your ideal client?
Well, I'm thinking like ideal client would probably be somebody who has things in common with me. So I'm thinking rural kids, maybe something along the line of dealing with some of the same issues I'm dealing with, tiredness. Right now I'm struggling with anemia. I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure. That's actually a good question.
Well, what I love, by the way, that you're doing your grand opening events. That is amazing. Congratulations to you on stepping out and doing those. That's awesome. I know you're with a really strong leadership team to support you in that. I'm going to send you a link here. Link tree. That is a collection of our social media workshop recordings. And there is one in there about ideal client. And it's a workshop you can watch about figuring out your ideal client, but then it's also, there are 3 downloadable questionnaire type things that you can work through to work on your ideal client. And you don't have to do all of that before you do another post. I would really suggest you do the 7-day Happy Juice post. If you have not already done a thank you shout out post, which I'm not sure you may have, I would do one again to get like a hit today. I would do a quick thank you shout out post like we were talking about. Tell me, what has Happy Juice done for you? Like, what's it solved for you?
So I'm guessing maybe you just can't see all my things, but anyways, for me, like, I literally feel right now is the only thing that's keeping me going because, I'm just so, like, drained and out of energy and low right now that everything is a struggle for me. So, like, I just drink multiple Happy Juices a day to keep me going. And I honestly right now feel like that is the only thing keeping me with enough energy to just make it through the day. And I think the mood part and the mental, just putting me on a mental upswing is probably one of the biggest things that it's doing for me right now. I also feel like it's totally turned my some of my digestive issues around, because some of those issues are like completely gone, and I haven't changed anything else, so it has to be Happy Juice.
I'm going to tell you guys that my is it Malanta, I think, has a commercial out these days called it's about I'm crankipated, or I'm ugstipated, like UGH stipated. And it says, like, their tagline is, use Malanta and follow your mood will follow. Your mood will follow. That's what it is. So the reason I'm thinking about that is they don't own any of those words. And the other reason I'm thinking, it's not a diagnosis, but the other reason I'm thinking about it is I don't know what your digestive issues were, but a couple of things come to mind for me as a headline for a post for you. I would consider doing a post today that says something like, I felt like a drained battery, or I felt like a dead battery. I had like my energy level was on below 0, or my energy tank was depleted. Like, that's the headline. That's the first line that you want to post, because you're trying to reach the people that feel like you. And even just what you said here today, a couple of people commented in the chat of, I feel like that. When you talk about the pain of what you felt, like, I felt depleted all the time, or I feel like I'm just ran out of energy. Like, I have no energy left. And then you say something like, I was skeptical when a friend told me about a drink of all things that I could use that would help me feel better. It tastes great. To my surprise, it tastes great. And to even greater surprise, it worked. Not only do I think it's what's keeping me going right now and helping rebuild my energy, but it also is helping with my, with my gut health or with my digestive issues. I was crankipated, or I was ugstipated, or, you know how you feel when, like, I would say this, how you feel when you can't go to the bathroom and you're just in a bad mood about it. That was me. Or I was bloated all the time. I felt like I felt like I couldn't fit into anything. I couldn't button my jeans, or, I just felt bloated all the time. Just describe how you feel. People connect with that. And then that's it. The thing that you've got to watch out for, like, don't say anymore. It's a curiosity post and an attraction post with a photo of you, which stops the thumb scroll. And then when they ask, hey, I feel like that. What is it that you're taking? Do not put your link in the comments and do not answer them. It's Amari Happy Juice, because when you do that, you mess up the algorithm and you cause people to not ask anymore, because why would they ask? They already see the answer, and they might go check out the company and decide they want it or don't want it, or they want to buy from you or they don't want to buy from you. You want to have more of a conversation with them in Messenger. There's a whole section in that same link tree that I gave you about the social media workshop, that there's a section on Messenger. There's a recording about how to have conversations with people in Messenger that lead them to sales. So that's the thing that I would look out for. I would do a help statement in about, like I would say, I help drained moms find their energy again. I mean, I don't know. You can wordsmith it better than that. And here's the good news. You can change it as often as you want to. You could say, I help burnout moms find their energy, or rebound, or I help lonely farmers feel part of a community, or I don't know what it would be, but use I help as a statement there, so that anybody coming to your page knows what you do. But it's not selling Amari, you're solving problems. You're not selling Amari, you're solving problems. So you need to tell them what problem you're solving. I help blank person, which is typically you, who you are, solve this problem. And I would not put the Amari $10 off link in your intro, because again, people won't talk to you. They'll just go look at the link and they'll make a decision of, oh, that's too expensive. And then you've lost them, because the value comes in the conversation. Because when they just go look at the site, they don't really understand that this is going to solve their bloating, or solve their energy issue, or solve their happy hormones. They just look at a price and they just make a judgment about it without understanding what problem it can solve for them. So I would not put my link there. If you want to do a link tree, which is free, you could do something like that. But I would just encourage them to have a conversation with you, and look out for, like, you can, Amari friends are seeing it, but I'm not sure that people that are outside of your Amari friend group are seeing it, because Facebook's not showing it to them, because it looks like any shared content, Facebook doesn't tend to show. So just be careful with content that's shared instead of shown or created, on the site.
Do you,
Mhm.
So like TikTok creations towards your TikTok audience, and Facebook towards Facebook, like you can't, like, for lack of a better term.
Right. I mean, do it, but you're not going to get a lot of eyeballs on your TikToks on Facebook, because they're in competition with each other. So Facebook isn't going to want to show people TikTok videos, because it takes people away from Facebook to TikTok.
Oh,
Makes sense?
yep.
So now, honestly, I would pick your path. If you love TikTok and you're creative and you like creating funny videos and videos about life experiences out on the farm, and maybe videos about what you're experiencing with the products, then I would go all in with TikTok. I would, as a new person starting out, I would pick one platform where most of your people hang out. For most of us, Facebook is the largest social media platform, and we have more followers and connections on Facebook than we do anywhere else. So for most of us, Facebook is the place where you're going to get more eyeballs faster. And you can perfect your message. You can practice with what we're talking about who your ideal client is. And then when you've mastered that and you feel more confident and comfortable, you can adapt it to to TikTok, or to Reels on Facebook, or somewhere else.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. All right. Well, have a great week. Thank you so much for joining us. And Juanita, thank you so much for volunteering. And we are so excited to wrap our arms around you and to celebrate you as you continue to grow, which I know is going to happen because of the effort that you're putting forth. So congratulations on that. And I will see you guys. We'll have this call again next